Welcome back.
To Marriage Beyond the Veil.
So today is day
260.
260, which means it's time for another jewel.
What you got?
One of the things that I think is really important in any love relationship is it's not so much how you begin, but it's how you progress and how you end.
Okay.
Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Beginnings can be challenging. Beginnings can be really nice, or they can be really rocky. The other day, we had Maria and Kenny, and she shared how initially she didn't like him
At all.
at all. But here they are, almost 43 years later, in a love relationship that has stood the test of time, where there is great support, appreciation for one another, a genuine love. So it's not how they started, it's how they progressed and how they will end. And, I think about our beginning, which was really great, I would say.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, the way the communication was left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I was very guarded. Extremely guarded.
Would you care to elaborate, or are you still?
Yeah, I just didn't trust you. I didn't trust anybody, so there'd been some hurt before, and so I brought that into our relationship, and so I just didn't trust them.
But also, I was speaking to the communication, not the lack of trust, but then there was that too.
Okay.
But initially, if something bothered you, if I did something that maybe was offensive, or you felt maybe disrespectful, or whatever the case may be, you wouldn't say anything until you've had enough, and then
the explosion came.
Right, and that was good for nothing.
See, it's been so long, I've forgotten all about that.
I'm still in therapy. What's a little time on the couch between spouses?
Exactly.
No. But all jokes aside, beginnings can have great attributes, and they can have some that are not so great.
Yeah.
But again, it's not how you begin. It's important that you begin.
Yes.
Right? But progress and how you end. And, I think about all that we've endured, all of the challenges that the world has thrown at us, the things that we've had to deal with amongst ourselves.
Yes.
But again, we're in a place where we are really enjoying the journey. We appreciate all that we've been through and all that we've learned and all that we've been to each other.
Yes, definitely. And like you said, it can start out rocky. Sometimes it starts out great, and then there's rocks in the middle, rocky time in the middle. But as long as you don't stay there and you're progressing.
And that's the thing, to make progress along the journey. Because whether you start out with gangbusters or not, you want to have some continuity in the relationship as far as making progress, as far as growing, as far as love becoming more full, more rich. And, because I think back to when we first got married and the poem that I wrote titled My Blessing, and I remember reading that at our reception, and I was at the pinnacle of loving you. I couldn't have loved you anymore. But that was true for then.
Right.
But, now, almost 35 years later, it's fuller, it's richer. And so the way that I'm able to love you now, it wasn't possible to love you that way then. But I was at the pinnacle of loving you where I could be then. But it's not how we started.
Right.
It's how we've progressed and how we will end.
Yes. So, that's it.
So, our jewel is, it's not how you start, it's how you progress, how you will end. How did you start? And what has happened since the beginning of your relationship? How much progress have you made? How much more progress do you intend to make? Finish strong. Finish with a bang until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Have a good evening.